Hello everyone, Specter here and welcome to Star Citizen. Today we're going to take a look at this Reliant Tana. Reliant Tana is a combat variant among all the Reliant series of ships, so before I talk more about it, let's get to it first. At the front is a cockpit, which is quite unique, and the same as the other Reliant series of ships. You got a bubble cockpit in here that can house two people in here, a co-pilot and a pilot. Underneath the wing you can see a gimbal size 1 laser cannon in here and also 2 missiles in here. Over here you can see there's a missile pod in here that can house many missiles. Of course from the outside you can't really tell how many missiles you can house inside of the wings. Yep, wings, because 2 wings. Yeah. But you can see that there's a hatch in here. When you are selecting the missiles, it will open up and ready for launch. Over here you got a turret which can house a size 3 weapon in here. For now it's a size 3 laser cannon. These weapons I talked about, I didn't change anything, so it's a stock variant. Unless CIG decided to change it in the future. If not, no matter you purchase it with in-game credits or with real cash, these will be the weapons you got when you start to have the ship. This is the ramp, and it's the only way for you to get in and out of the ship, since escape pods are not functional right now. So when things go sideways, you may still have a chance to use this ramp to escape and fight against your co-pilot when you guys are escaping. But to be honest, it will be quite rare for you to be able to use this ramp to escape due to some unique feature of the ship. And the right hand side of the ship will be the same as the left hand side of the ship. Same as usual, just like the other 2 Reliant ships I talked about before. I have no idea what this rod is using for, like is a sensory or refueling rod. I really don't know. Maybe refueling for me. But I never tested out, so I don't really know. So let's get inside the ship. So you can access the ship via this ramp, which is quite good, and on the right hand side you have some space to house 1 SC of cargo in here. Do not step over here, you may have a chance to get through it when your ship is traveling. Over here you got 2 beds in here for you and your co-pilot to sleep. You can use it for logout as well. Currently I think that the function is off due to CIG is making something else. I don't know what happened, but in the future, probably, just probably, you can use it as escape pods. But for now, escape pods are not functional, so well, the ramp would be your only chance for you to get out of the ship when things go sideways. Over here you have both armor rack or maybe undersuit rack, I don't know what is that, but it's not in, I mean you can't really choose anything to open it. And you got some gun racks in here to house weapons. Over here you can see there's a toilet in here, and also you have a shower in here. But since there's no doors, it means that you will spill your water out of it, and also your privacy would be kind of being like violated. I don't know, like so it's not good, right? Okay, so you got some access point in here. These would be some ship's component which require, I mean, that's easier for you to kind of repair and replace inside of the ship instead of outside. But now since there's an older design, so you can't really interact with them, so well, yeah, it is what it is. On the right hand side is a co-pilot seat. Normally for the Reliant ships, this seat's supposed to be able for me to access to the remote turret, but for now all I can interact with the power button in here. And you got a panel in here so you can communicate with the landing control or you can manage the power output for your pilot friend, and if necessary you can fire missiles via in here. I don't know, but usually you can. But very unfortunate, I really can't find where I should press in order to get into the turret, so yeah, maybe not, I don't know. So in here is a pilot seat. So as a pilot, you've got more buttons for you to press, more panels for you to look at, and also the view for both pilot and co-pilot would be great, since, well, when you're in a flight mode, technically things will be much more better. The glass will rotate, or maybe I should say the ship itself would be rotated to a point that you got a better view out of everything. So, as I said, you have two size 1 laser cannons in here, or other weaponries you choose if you buy it instead of renting it, which I don't think you can rent it at all. So yeah, so two size 1 laser cannons, and also two size 3 laser cannons at the tip, wingtip, and the turret. Yeah, so you have 4 missiles underneath the wing and 16 in the missile pods on, like, at both inside of both wings. This ship got 3 modes in total. The first mode would be the landing mode, of course, and the second mode would be the flight mode, which usually people will use. The third mode would be the veto mode, and know that I kind of mixed them up together. I believe that you shouldn't call like a veto, or maybe, I don't know, like the naming is different, but technically you will see what's the difference between it. So if you keep on pressing different buttons to change like the mode, the flight mode. So as a light fighter in Star Citizen, I would think that is quite powerful. I mean, comparing to the price itself, and also like with a firepower, I think that is quite one of the most powerful light fighter in Star Citizen, I believe. I mean, just about firepower itself, not about like agile or other things, because, well, this thing, especially in the atmosphere, is not that agile. Yeah, so unlike this, like, I believe it's called, yeah, arrows. Unlike the arrows, and also unlike the gladiators, you can get behind the enemy quite easily. This thing cannot do that, and in the atmosphere, you just like the flight mode kind of blocking the kind of airflow as well. It turns out it will slow you down when you're trying to turn, and you feel like a little bit heavy to fly in the atmosphere as well, comparing to the gladiators and also the arrow. The firepower itself, well, if you talk about the guns only, it will be quite easy for you to aim at your target, since 2 of those powerful size 3 laser cannons would be turret, so it means that it will be better comparing to the gimbal weapons. More flexibility, I mean, yeah, more flexible than gimbal weapons, so you have an easier time to aim at your targets, which is quite good. But just bear in mind that it will be quite easy for those laser cannons to be overheated when you're firing with a for too long, so just bear in mind about it. But for me, I usually would not use my laser cannons at the beginning, because like from a distance I will like toss a lot of missiles towards my target first before I engage them. If necessary, I need to engage them, then I will use my laser cannons. So, well, the whole experience was quite good, even though I need to deal with some maybe medium-sized ships, like for example, like the colors black and stuff. Still, I have an easier time to get rid of them, because, well, I got a lot of missiles. Just be patient. If you are using the missiles at the wings, then they will just pop out one by one instead of pop out like all at once. So it's just bear in mind about it. And after some while I tested it out already, it seems like the bug that appeared in 3.14 is no longer exist. So even though you try to spawn your ship again after the first time you spawn it, still it will be stay on the pad instead of like clip inside of the pad, which is a very good thing. So for this ship, I would say it's quite good if you talk about combats only. Of course, you can use this ship to do some delivery missions. No one will stop you from doing that. It's quite cost effective because it's quite cheap in the game. It's only worth about 870,000 AUEC. So it would be quite easy for you to get your hands on this ship if you wanted. So if you really want to support the game development, and also if you really want to get this ship instead of like grinding your way up there, you can purchase it with real cash, of course. If it's Warborn, I believe that is $65 if it's available, and if it's available for standalone price, it would be $75. But as I said, it's quite cheap to purchase in-game, so if you really want to have this ship in your fleet, I would suggest you to fly it around first before you buy it with real cash, because, well, even though I said it's cheaper, I mean, it's quite cheap, yes, comparing to the other ships, like the big ships especially, but still, $75 would be a kind of higher price for many people, probably, for nowadays. So, well, yeah, it would be better for you to like think twice before you buy this ship. Alright, so that is it for today's video about this Reliant Tana. So if I say something wrongly, or if anyone knows that where I should find that remote turret button, feel free to leave a comment down below. And of course, if I say something wrongly, feel free to leave a comment down below as well. So I shall see you guys next time then. Bye bye.